Today, I am going to show you 6 simple, traditional tests that will help you never buy a watery pumpkin again when you walk into a brightly lit supermarket and you see those picture-perfect pumpkins. They look pretty. So you pick the prettiest, shiniest one, thinking of the sweet, rich soup or the velvety pie you will make tonight. But when you open it at home, nothing but water, pale fibers, and sheer disappointment. No aroma, no sweetness, just a bland, stringy mess, or worse, a hidden pocket of mold eating the heart of your dinner. $5 down the drain. You see, in the modern world, we buy with our eyes. We want shiny, uniform, and perfect. But nature does not work in sterile supermarket aisles. Nature is raw, rustic, and a little rough around the edges. Picking a truly sweet, mature pumpkin, one packed with dense, aromatic sugar, is not a game of luck. It is a lost art. My grandmother and the wives of the farmers in our village could tell you if a pumpkin was sweet from 10 paces away. They didn't need fancy tools. They used simple sensory tests that have been passed down for generations. Today, I am going to teach you these 6 simple, traditional tests. By the end of this video, you will never buy a watery pumpkin again. The first place you must look is not the body, but the stem, what botanists call the peduncle. Think of this as the umbilical cord of the pumpkin. Here is a stem from a supermarket pumpkin. It is green, slightly soft, and if I press my nail, it yields with a little squish. This pumpkin was harvested in a hurry to hit store shelves faster. Now look at this one from the field. It is woody, corky, and bone dry. It looks like a piece of ancient driftwood. This is what you want. A dry, shriveled stem tells us the vine had naturally completed its job. It shut down the nutrient highway because the pumpkin was fully finished growing and couldn't absorb any more goodness. When a pumpkin is immature, its stem is full of water and active vascular tissue. If cut then, the open wet wound is an open door for fungi and bacteria, leading to premature rot. As the fruit matures, the plant undergoes senescence, naturally drying out the stem and creating a corky seal. This locks the sugars inside and keeps the rot out. The second test requires you to roll the pumpkin over. Don't be shy in the store, turn it right around. Every pumpkin has a belly, the spot where it rested on the cold earth, shaded from the sun. We call this the ground spot, or the field spot. Look at this beautiful, creamy, golden orange color. If the ground spot is pale white, or worse, light green, leave it where it is. That pumpkin was turned over or harvested far too early. It never had the chance to sit and absorb the earth's warmth and finish its natural cycle. The ground spot doesn't receive direct sunlight, so it cannot photosynthesize. However, as the fruit matures on the vine, the green chlorophyll in this shaded area naturally degrades. This unmasks the underlying pigments, specifically beta-carotene and lutein. A deep orange or golden yellow spot is a chemical proof of maturity. Next is the test my grandfather loved most and performed on every single squash in the patch. The sound test. Cradle the pumpkin like a baby, bring it close to your ear, and give it a firm tap with your knuckles. Hear that? A deep, hollow, resonant ring. It sounds like a drum. Now listen to this one. A flat, wet thud. It sounds heavy, but dead. A flat thud means the pumpkin is either packed with unripe, watery pulp, or the interior has already begun to collapse and rot, absorbing the sound waves. As a pumpkin matures, its internal structure changes. The seeds detach slightly from the pulp, and the fiber networks loosen, creating a distinct, air-filled, central cavity. This cavity acts as a Helmholtz resonator. If the pumpkin is immature, the flesh is still dense with water and lacks this defined chamber, dampening the sound. Now, we test the armor. The rind of a mature pumpkin is its shield against the world. Take your thumbnail and try to press it into the skin. On a mature pumpkin, you should not be able to pierce it, and it should barely leave a dent. If your nail sinks in easily or breaks the skin, the pumpkin is immature. The skin is still soft, which means 2 things. The flesh inside will be watery, and this pumpkin will not keep. It will rot in your pantry within 2 weeks, ruining your plans before you even get to cook it. During the final stages of ripening, the cells in the outer rind undergo a process called lignification. The plant deposits lignin and cellulose into the cell walls, turning them into a tough, wood-like barrier. This structural change protects the high-sugar flesh inside from insects and fungal spores. If it isn't lignified, the sugars haven't peaked. Look at these two side by side. The supermarket teaches us to love the shiny one. It looks clean, like it was polished for a photo shoot. But in the garden, shine is the mark of youth. You want the dull one. The one with a matte, dusty appearance. That dusty coat is not dirt. It is a natural protective wax the pumpkin produces when it finishes growing. A matte finish means the skin has stopped growing and the pumpkin has turned all its energy inward to sweeten the flesh and concentrate those delicious sugars. The shiny appearance of young squash comes from an active, expanding cuticle. Once the fruit reaches physiological maturity, it stops expanding and secretes a hydrophobic epicuticular wax. This wax gives the rind its dull, matte appearance. This wax layer prevents moisture loss, ensuring the pumpkin stays plump and sweet during storage. Finally, the balance test. Pick up two pumpkins that look to be the exact same size. Lift them one in each hand. One will feel light, almost hollow. The other will feel surprisingly heavy, like a lead weight in your palm. Always buy the heavy one. Look at the difference when we slice them open. The light pumpkin has thin walls and a giant empty belly. The heavy pumpkin is packed. Its walls are thick, dense, and full of meat. You are paying for food, not air. And more importantly, you're paying for flavor. Density is the ultimate indicator of dry matter content. Mature, high-quality culinary pumpkins have a high concentration of starches, sugars, and pectin in their cell walls, making the flesh dense and heavy. An immature pumpkin, or one grown with excessive nitrogen fertilizer, is filled with water and air pockets, resulting in a low density and bland flavor. Now, let us bust a very common supermarket myth. Many people buy a green pumpkin thinking, I will leave it on my kitchen counter for a week and it will ripen and get sweet. I am sorry to tell you, but this is a lie. Pumpkins are non-climacteric. Once you cut them from the vine, their sugar production stops completely. They will change color slightly as chlorophyll breaks down, but they will never get a single drop sweeter. What you harvest is what you get. However, we do cure pumpkins. Curing is not ripening. Curing is letting them sit in a warm, dry place for 10 days. This dries out the skin and heals small scratches, allowing them to be stored in a cool cellar for up to 6 months, ready for you whenever winter craving strikes. Now, tell me, which of these 6 tests had you never heard of? Did your grandmother or grandfather have a different way of picking them in their garden? Or maybe a secret pumpkin recipe they swore by? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you want to see what to do with these sweet pumpkins, subscribe to the channel. In our next video, I will show you how to make my family's traditional Greek sweet pumpkin pie wrapped in handmade, crispy phyllo pastry with walnuts and cinnamon. It is crunchy, sweet, and comforting. You definitely don't want to miss it. But picking the perfect pumpkin is only half the battle. Once you get it home, the real challenge is using it without letting half of it go to waste. A big pumpkin can make a lot of meals, and you do not want any of this sweet, hard-won flesh going to waste in the fridge. That is why I use this app on my phone called suggestdinner. It is a brilliant tool. You just open it, scan the fresh ingredients you have in your kitchen, like our beautiful pumpkin, and it instantly suggests delicious dinner ideas. Today it suggested a rich, savory Greek pumpkin soup that my family loves. It keeps your kitchen running smoothly, reduces waste, and makes dinner simple. Search for Suggest Dinner on the Google Play Store on your Android device and download it today. Thank you, and see you next time.